Okay. Hello, good evening, and all those wonderful things, people. Hi, Gina. So we just quickly do to make sure that my voice is all good. That'd be great. Sounds okay, great. Okay. Now, any questions that we would like to ask or check something out? Oh, okay. Well, in front of me, I've got New Zealand, US. Okay, multi-chart screen. So as you can see, the theme going through them has really been overall movement down, yeah, the last couple of days. So and price virtually can only go up, go down, or be in a range in a sideways movement. Okay, so once we're able to determine that, and that's where our multi-chart helps us, because when we're in any one of the charts by themselves and we're looking in the last couple of hours, we've had price pretty much probably going sideways because it's gone down but nearly come up the same amount and then come back to the center. Okay, so in these more fractal movements, I mean smaller time frames, is where the movements are to generate the bigger moves in the bigger time frames. There's still opportunities for trade entry. Okay, so over here we have confirmed red vertical line. Okay, price has given us a diamond and price has spiked up through the riverbank. So we actually did expect it to bounce back, which it has, yeah. So at that same time, we can see that our window 5 was open, so supporting that there was going to be a downward movement. So yes, the confirmed red vertical line does say price would like to go and get a diamond that's further down at that. Okay, but at this point, even though a line didn't turn up, price has hit the riverbank, and an appearance of star suggests that price will retreat. Okay, so for those that have a habit of not getting out, then you would have gone back 5 pips. The movement itself was 5 from the, so, and you can see that the riverbank was an obvious target. So New Zealand, US, it's a 10 pip default, so that's a 50% return, and we went back there to 0. Okay, so our riverbanks and all that still are places where price is going to bounce, and the template does draw them and visually indicate them, so we have visual clues as to what to do. Okay, so price has moved back up there, so at some stage it could move back down. Okay, but we don't automatically presume that, but what we're saying is that a confirmed vertical red line would like to result in a current time frame low. All right, but we have profit take points for that, because a lot of times this 5-minute could be a jumping diamond, and certainly at that point, if it was the case, we would have been very happy that we followed our rules and took profit. okay, because the riverbanks do, once again, as you can see through where my crosshairs are moving to, that they respect those support and resistance of the riverbank. Okay, so and as you can see, we're looking just to the left on our M15. We can see that we're at a current low. Price moved up, touched the riverbanks. Okay, we got an alert from the window 5. Okay, and all the criteria that applies that we use to go and confirm a vertical line are there. Window 3, window 4 green, etc. So the only difference is it doesn't guarantee a current high. But what it does say is if all those things are met, the price action would endeavor to get to the opposite riverbank. Yep. So, and because that's happening, we would expect the M5 to show that. Okay. And this is the M5 showing it. Okay, so it's like the same. And the thing is, there's not a trade if you can't see where a profit point is. Yeah. So that's 9 pips to there. Okay, so once again, when we don't have a vertical line and that, because the LG River couldn't draw one even if it wanted to, we apply the same rules, we're still able to go and take an advantage of that. So whatever the, okay, let me just, so yeah, so we look at that criteria is met and we draw a line from the yellow. We use the open price of the, where the yellow histogram is, 10 pips down, 10 pips up, yeah? A 1-for-1 or the riverbank. Okay, so we have a question. Okay. Yes. It's always good to just about again have some term that reflects and has more meaning sometimes with all the different people that we are. Okay, so it's just okay, so this is where the trades and the possibilities and the target points can be seen. All right, so once again, you know, because the time the charts have a automatic adjustment to whatever time frame you use, you can take the information and profit point from the M5 to help you identify where the 5-minute could extend to that's beyond the riverbank. Okay, so it's no magic, it's just pretty standard things that we can do, but we just got to do it enough or ask the questions if something you've seen that you can't quite remember. Okay, but once you get used to it, quite easy to navigate, because the most important thing about a trade can't be a trade if you can't identify an appropriate stop level and an appropriate achievable profit target. Okay, no use having an entry, you can't see those. So what I'm doing is just, once again, directing you to see how to see where your profit destination is, an achievable one, or achievable points. So Riverbank's always a point I want to achieve, and then some extended points, and that pretty much lines up with your default table and the PDF of the 3 steps for the trade management lines. When you do 1 for 1, 2 for 1, 3 for 1, they're all achievable profit destinations until you get a current high or low diamond that suggests that you close the trade. Yep. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So we've got a confirmed trade going down. So it would be inappropriate to go on a 5-minute to try to milk a counter trade. All right, because from here to there, you're looking at that. Okay, so what we'd be looking for is perhaps if we had a confirmed blue vertical line, which then would suggest that you have an opportunity for a jumping diamond. So you had window 3 and 4 all green and window 2 is green. All right, but we really would like to have, and we do need to have, some strong conviction from another chart that actually has a confirmed line. So if we did have a confirmed blue vertical line to M15, would allow us to justify a jumping diamond, in which case then we could view this current up movement in M5 on New Zealand US there. But once again, we would need to go and have criterion 3 and 4. Okay, so over here, the only thing there is confirmed vertical red, and we don't have a confirmed vertical blue that price wants to achieve. So no massaging and entering that trade as such, because to justify that trade would be a jumping diamond trade, and we don't have enough justification for that. Okay. We'll wait for an alert there and see if something comes from there. In the meantime, let's, okay, well, yeah. So, Aussie is got quite a nice push up this morning. Okay. So, with that, either Aussie's had a bit of a push down first, caused that, and we can look at our Forex Factory and see if there's something we're going to go and see. Okay. If there's any news. So, from the H1, we can actually see that there's a lot of green. Price came from the buy zone. Shapes, rectangle. Okay. Okay, so yep, we have the 7:15 alert, which caused it to freeze a bit. Okay, so price was in the buy zone this morning. Gritty line came below, we're at a current low. And over here. Window 5 gave us a alert that there was a upward movement. Okay, so all the criteria for the vertical line was met. So we can apply the trade management lines, and our achievable target that we'll be going for, generally with window 5 alert that's met criteria of the vertical line fulcrum criteria, would be to the riverbank, yeah, and as well would be applying the defaults 50 down or channel, that's H1, yep, and 50 up. Okay, so you can see the 1-for-1 was pretty close to the riverbank, so that would have been an achievable target from there. The alert would have come on the candle after. All right. So once again, window 5's been tuned to be very close because it's a different indicator than the river. But it's been tuned, as you can see, the vertical lines that are produced for the river pretty much sync very nicely with window 5. Okay, but the window 5 doesn't have the smarts of the river, and that's why, and it can't see zigzags and diamonds and profit points. All it says is there's a change of momentum. Okay, so that's why we need all our criteria still to be met. And looking in 30, we can see that there was a Fibonacci breakout, and the low was from the close of Friday, or for us, Saturday morning. And we can see here, that's the 0.55 level of the open percentage indicator, pretty much on top of the 261 of the Fibonacci breakout level. So when things start landing on top of each other, it shows their traction and achievable profit point. Okay. And with these movements on the higher time frames, you can see that the green above and below that follows these signals are very in sync with what's happening with the rest of the chart and window 1. Okay, so it just gives you an overall reinforcement that generally the trades that are really good, you can see in every time frame that we use, all the way from H1 to M5, sometimes just M5, M15, M30, etc. But they're generally supported by another time frame as well, those bigger movements, yeah. So and yeah, so this the yellow line obviously from the H1, and you can see M15 had its own, does have a vertical line that was confirmed and has its window 5 alert pretty much synced with the LG, the river alert. Okay, so let's pop it back there. Yep, and coming from last week, okay, this is the cleaned up of the training rules that I use, the white and yellow lines, to help you guys see this, the benefits of window 5 and how it's supported by hidden moving averages that you can't see. Yeah, so it's just to unclog window one a bit so that you don't have too many lines to distract the information that's being displayed. You know, all the things holding true. Price, when it gets out the river, an extreme price, it doesn't like it, it'll come back in. As you can see, it'll probably move down, touch the orange greedy line or the river center line, or it might even bounce off that level and then move back up. Okay, we can start consolidating a little bit, but it has a need to come back inside the river. Okay, so at this stage, if you were in a trade, you would definitely have exited, because you can see that a lot of the exit properties or profit point exits that's achieved, there's no reason to stay in that trade. That's achieved this level, you've got a blue channel line, you've got a current high diamond, prices outside the riverbank, really absolutely no reason to go and keep staying in that trade. Okay, so if you had higher time frames saying that the price still wanted to go up and you wanted to go and still maintain some sort of equity in that trade, then once again, close 30 to 60% of your trade, leave the other 40% or whatever amount, you know, 70%, and leave 30% of your trade in. But at minimum, you want to go and take 50% off the table and bank it. Okay. Now, when price comes back, if it still wants to go up, you'll actually get another entry point. Window 5 may give you another alert, and we'd see the information we need to see that allows us to re-enter the trade. Okay, so okay, Euro US. Okay, so over here we have price. We don't have a vertical red line, and but we have all the indication that price wants to get from the sell zone to the buy zone, especially since prices moved and spiked outside the riverbank, so it has elasticity and desire to be snapped back in. Okay, so come back to at least the center. Okay, and at that stage we had our greedy line cross above. Really, now we're in an environment that there's a desire to at least get to the opposite riverbank. Okay, once again, alert would have come candle after. Alert would have come there. Our criteria, we look down at where the yellow bar below and see if criteria is met. Criteria is met, achievable target point, we're looking for the riverbank, and you can see you have the 0.32 level, so there's right on top of it. So really, they really do sort of stand out, and the chart actually helps us identify it in that way. Yeah. So okay, so open price of that. Okay, it's Euro US, New Zealand, M15. I'm not sure whether it defaults 15 or 20 pips, okay, or channel, but you can see a channel's 25, so, or 26 pips. So I'll take profit from that would be 26 pips. Okay, so 26 pips is about there. That's our 1-for-1 from the open price. The next achievable level that marks itself is the actual pink riverbank, and our 2-for-1 is 52 down here somewhere. Okay, so if it actually gets down there, we wouldn't be too surprised to see even try to get down to the 236. Okay, but at this stage, it's got a diamond, current low, it's outside the riverbank. We don't have a vertical line. We're getting a window 5 alert that's met the criteria of the vertical line, which allows us to assume that it would like to get to the pink riverbank. So would have been out of the trade at that point. Okay. Unless once again we have a higher time frame or another time frame that's got an active sell that's with a confirmed vertical line. Whenever in doubt, just take a picture, post it, and you'll get an answer. Okay. So with these trades where it's gone out to the extreme, and that we do expect price movement to go there, and we have a multi-chart screen, then we'd be seeing more in depth where it might want to go afterwards, but to sell trade on. Okay, so again in a higher time frame, we're seeing that wide at the wide M15 at that point was a good exit target. Okay, in H1 you can see price went to extreme, price wants to come back in, and wants to at least touch the average, the center. Okay, so the center is halfway between the top riverbank and the green and the pink. Okay, so that's extreme, and at any one stage of that, our center line is the average based on the period 20 length. Okay, so that's the information it takes to go and produce this center line. Okay, so that's why you'll find it attracted to it. Okay, so once again, another reason why the M15 has paused at that, because on several time frames there's a significant point that it's providing support. Okay. So any questions with anything I've said so far? So there's no real need to rush into any trade because there's enough information provided by the charts. Okay, the charts and templates and indicators and expert advisors are actually processing all the information and then presenting a visual view that gives us a quick summary of what's available, what's happened, and what might happen, and the reasons why. Okay, and it makes the statements by the color it displays. Yeah, pink down, green and pink and red down, green and blue up. Yeah, pink center line. Yeah. So you, once again, you guys and girls are pretty familiar with that. That's how we read it. One side of the river, above the pink center line, sell zone, and price gets below that and outside the river, it's getting into the buy zone, and from that area, it will start to have a desire to go back, at least back inside the river first. Okay, so, and our other additional windows are just gauging how much quickly it wants to come in and how far. Yeah. So okay, so there's nothing there really at the moment. They're just completing their information. Okay, so here we can see that the candle we looked at 7 or 8 minutes ago actually spike down, touch the green, push back up. Okay, so it may test and retry, and may want to come down to the 0.236. Or consolidate and make a continuation. Okay, much like these two red candles pushing down after movement up. Okay, so these are signs of continuation where the momentum's still up, and these are little breathing points. Profit. People taking profit, exiting successful trades. These are the things that causes a slight reversal. Yep. Okay. So what's happening here? Okay, so here's once again in the sideways movement. It's just gone from sell zone, bounce off the riverbank, the buy zone, back to the bumped up the bounce off the green riverbank and moving back down. So it's just bouncing through here. Okay, so once again, this movement here, I only need to get down to just below there to give us a current low. Okay, but on our M15, you can see the price, even on the M15, could still touch the pink riverbank and not go below the current low of the morning, and the price could still go up on the M15. Yeah. So once again, we only work with what's is current and what's met criteria, and when they achieve their achievable profit target, that we're not trying to drag more out of it than what's already been proposed by the trade itself and the indicator and template. Right? So but still this gives you an indication, even if it's not a trade that we could have entered, okay? Because one of the rules of a confirmed vertical line is it needs a current high. Okay, so over here we've got a confirmed sell, and for this alert to be viable, this would, unless it was a jumping diamond, which we don't have from a higher time frame, this red diamond there is not a current low. Yeah. So but the good things that we can take from it is if we did have a current low, then all this criteria would have been met. Price action was in the buy zone, orange gritty line below center, and opposite riverbank. Yeah. Once again, you know, we always measure, so we know what's in it for us. Okay. I believe that should be probably enough, since our 40 minutes will be up. And yeah, the profit targets, achievable targets, have been reached by the particular trades that's on offer. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so let's have a look. Well, take care, relax, and we'll see you next week. Unless for some reason you do have a post and are in a trade or wanting to get in a trade, and you'll WhatsApp me. So great week and enjoy your trading, and I'll catch up next Monday. Thank you.